Hello humanoids, welcome to Halfling Hobbies. I'm Halfling Hannah. And we can all get stuck in a rut when it comes to NPCs. It's really easy to do. Sometimes it even feels like we're just recreating the same NPC over and over, just giving them a slightly different job. But even then, there's still the same variations of like the same 5 jobs. So sometimes it's just really helpful to brainstorm with other DMs and come up with some really fun and off-the-wall jobs that our NPCs could have, which is exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you 10 random NPC jobs that are really fun that could work in pretty much any D&D campaign, and I would love it if you would play along and contribute down in the comments below. Okay, here we go. Number 1 is the exotic pet collector. This is someone who would go out and gather eggs or cubs or babies of rare species of animals for very rich clients. Number 2, the flail snail artisan. This is an artisan who goes out and collects the glass that's left behind by giant flail snails and melts it down in order to create masterpieces. The next 3 are kind of like unpaid intern status, especially for apprentice level mages. The first one is a mender. This is a mage who has learned the mending spell. And so they've set up a shop where anyone can come in with mundane items and they will cast mending on it for a copper piece. The next one is security detail. This is a mage who knows the alarm spell and works as part of a security operation that goes around at the end of business days or at night and puts the alarm spell around businesses and homes. There would then also be a large collection of the brute force involved, where if the alarm goes off, they can send the security detail out to take a look at it. And the last one would be Bathhouse Broiler. This is a mage who knows the bonfire spell and is hired simply to cast it over and over and over again to heat the waters of a bathhouse. Mundane, yes, but when you're an unpaid intern, you know, this is what you do. Tell me you're an unpaid intern without telling me you're an unpaid intern in the comments below. I've already forgotten what number I'm on, so just the next one is a private investigator. This can be a ranger, maybe even a rogue that's retired from that lifestyle and now uses their perception, their charisma, or their tracking skills to solve mysteries or to dig up information to blackmail other people or simply solve private matters. One of my absolute favorites that I've used many times over is a tour guide. If you have a large city, like a metropolis city, in your D&D campaign, you need to have tour guides. And not just like individuals offering to give tours. I mean like whole tour guide companies with different types of tours. Like you can do the food tour, or you can do the historical tour, or you can do the mage school tour, right? Because every city has these. We love them. Tourists love them. And they may or may not lead them down an alley filled with pickpockets for, you know, a little extra change. Make sure, however, your party signs a waiver saying that any lost or stolen items, it's not the responsibility of the tour guide to pay for those. Whatever number this is stagehands. So theater is a thing that's been around for a really long time. I mean, the Greeks made it famous, but there are examples of theater way before that. So it's safe to assume that in your D&D world, there's probably going to be some theaters. Well, when you have access to magic, you should have really cool theatrical events. And you're gonna need some stagehands, which is our next job. These are those mages or maybe just individuals who know just a little bit of magic that can cast minor illusion, major illusion, thaumaturgy. How do you guys say that one? Thaumaturgy, thaumaturgy. Please let me know. I have no idea what I'm doing. And dancing lights, things like that can just make a production that much better. And perhaps you have a shy NPC who's a stagehand right now but dreams of being a star. That could be a really fun NPC to run. 9! This one's 9 because I only have 2 left. Number 9 is breeders. And this can be any type of animal that you want. It kind of depends on your area. If you're running a desert campaign, it might be camels. If you're running a high fantasy, it might be griffins. It could be elephants. It could be hellhounds. It could really be anything, but especially when it comes to mounts, you're going to want breeders. You're going to want certain animals that are bred to be strong, to carry a lot of weight, and then maybe even you have some that are designed for speed and for races and competitions. You're gonna need breeders for that. So there's another fun job that you can have. The last one that's a little bit out there but really fun to use in your campaign is the Oddities Curator. This is someone who's constantly collecting just weird stuff. I mean, the stranger, the better, because there's always a collector out there to buy it. So they might even see something on one of your players and immediately engage with them, trying to haggle to buy it from them. A super fun NPC to run in your game and make them as weird as possible. It's a real treat. If you need some more NPC ideas, then may I suggest my book, NPCs for RPGs. I have one that's just a bunch of random NPCs, and then I have one that is merchants and tavern keeps. And currently, I'm working on crime lords and syndicates. Stay tuned for that. I certainly hope that this gives your game advantage. Until next time, my friends, Halfling Hannah here, signing out. Also, can I give a huge thank you to all of my amazing patrons. You guys have been there for me literally since my first terrible video, and I could not do this without you, and I appreciate you so much. If you love Halfling Hobbies and what's going on here, and you want to be a part of what I think is literally the best community ever, then please join us over on Patreon. Bye!